Hello you, the most amazing legends, and welcome to Blunt Force Healing Podcast, episode 376, if I remember correctly. From the video update perspective, because video podcast wasn't from the very start of this project, it happened later on as it developed and evolved. I believe the video update is number 174 or 175. So you can see the discrepancy there, because it was initially just an audio update podcast rather than video update like this one. So depending on where you're listening or watching it, be it YouTube, Spotify, or Apple, or any other platform, you might be either listening to me or watching my beautiful face. Yes, so today's update is a little bit earlier now in comparison to yesterday and the day before, fortunately. It's a bit lighter on the work front. I still had a couple of good meetings out there, but at least I was able to maintain a fair space of, I would say, breathing space to work away other tasks. But I wanted to make sure that I record the episode earlier and that I will write the blog post earlier as well. Those of you that are new to the project, this is a journal. It's a daily journal updating you on the things that are happening here in Ireland, in Donegal County specifically, and mostly they are related to what happens in, I would say, my life, which might be boring for many, but if it's interesting for you, or you like to kind of be in sync with what is happening here, I also add a lot of details sometimes about other events and thoughts, opinions, and some useful tips sometimes for those of you that might get any benefit from that or value. Today's one is about eggs. And you wonder, what the hell are you talking about? So I'll start with the fact that the title of this blog post and the episode is egg test. And it sounds a bit weird, but let me explain. We used to buy eggs in the markets, in the shops, like the supermarkets, things like that. Not the market like the one where individuals sell their produce, like the organic stuff, but in the supermarket. So while we do a lot of things on the healthy side, like most of the meals that we eat are prepared at home, there's no kind of half products or really processed products involved. Well, obviously we have like the flour or something like that, they are processed, but in general we don't buy any ready meals or half ready meals in the shops. We rarely go to restaurants and very rarely take anything from takeaways. So I would say that on this front we are fairly healthy living individuals, or the family. But a lot of that produce comes obviously from the supermarket. So again, not being too paranoid about being super healthy, but obviously whenever we can, we want to get to the reasonably healthier options if possible. So in this case, these are eggs. We use a lot of eggs because eggs had a bad PR in the past because of some myth of cholesterol that was already debunked many years ago, but still prevails in most of the cultures. Eggs are a massive beneficial thing that you can include in your diet, especially morning, because not only they have a very healthy fats, and remember that cholesterol is a natural and necessary part of our body. It's complicated in terms of when cholesterol becomes dangerous, but it's not by just eating eggs. So scratch that, forget that, wipe it from your memory if you can, and get back to eggs. And eggs have multiple benefits. They are a very low, I would say, GI and low impact foods in terms of the sugar spikes and glycemic index. So what that means for you is if you eat them in the mornings, they satiate you more, they provide good and healthy proteins, and they allow you to not binge eat later during the day because of that satiation and low glycemic index. So they are very, very healthy and very beneficial. And on top of that, they include choline, which is a very important element to development, maintenance, and healthy operation of your brain. So forgive me that I kind of broke your belief that might have been injected by previous generations or a general opinion about eggs, but it's not true. All that cholesterol things came out not even from doctors or anybody like that. The bad side of this is that not only it didn't come out from doctors, but doctors were actually propagating something that didn't come out from medical research or anything like that. That was just some unrelated and propaganda-based opinion that was shared by general food industry. So it didn't originate in medical field, it originated in the field where people were doing anything to sell you something and get more money on selling you some forms of food, where eggs could be potentially eliminating the need for their produce. So they got eggs the bad name in order to sell you other stuff, alternatives that were meant to be better for you but were not. And that's one of the many reasons that we have a very unhealthy society these days. So we tested eggs today, not from supermarket, but from local farmer that is actually having hens on display, and they are free range, free roaming chickens that are obviously they are limited by the space they can roam around, but it's green grass. Ireland is a very healthy area. There's no pollution here, so they free roam. They are as free as they can get and not stressed by anything, so their eggs are supposed to be healthier and I hope tastier as well. So we took 12 eggs for tests and we'll be testing them today and tomorrow so I might report on them soon. So that's the main update. I'm a little bit sore after yesterday's soccer, which I wrote about in the blog post. It was too late to include it in the podcast episode, I believe. Oh no, I actually included that in the podcast episode because I recorded it very, very late. So I'll write more in the blog post. It's always complementary to the video update, and they are both together. This video is embedded in the blog post every time. So if you want to consume my content and you want to be having a comprehensive view on every day's journal update, head on to www.bluntforcehealing.com or simply bluntforcehealing.wordpress.com. The link is in the description. Hope to see you there. See you soon. The next episode comes tomorrow. Stay tuned.